Okay, this is problem 3 on homework number 1, and it says using your own dimension, make this connecting rod. Now, connecting rods, of course, are not made like that, but this is a very idealized, simple version of the case. Okay, so let me go ahead and do that. This is my way of doing it. You do any way you want. First of all, I'm going to start with the part file. Okay, immediately I'm going to save this thing. File, save management, save as. I have a folder created already here, homework 1, problem 3, and I'm gonna, if you want, you can give it a different name. Sure, why not? Why not? Why don't I call it connecting rod? Connecting rod. Okay. Say OK, and say OK, and it's going to get stored in that folder. Now, on the horizontal plane, I will sketch. So maybe this may be an awkward way of doing it when you look at it. So let me make a centered rectangle like this. You'll see why. In other words, I made sure, for my own convenience, that the center of this rectangle is on that horizontal axis. Then I'm going to draw a bunch of circles here. So maybe this is the big end. Maybe this is going to be the small end. Sorry, yeah, this is the big end. Maybe I'll do two more on this side, one for the smaller end, like that. Okay. Oh, yeah, sure. Anything you want. Exit. Looks like this. Eventually, I'm going to pad it. But if I try to pad this thing, you say I can't do it because it says that you have a bunch of closed open curve. So it's not going to do that for you. Cancel. Cancel. Let's go back to that sketch. Do a little bit of cleanup. Why can I not go there? Okay. Doesn't like mine clickings. There we are. Let's do a quick trim first of all. I love quick trim because it's so fast and efficient. Quick trim right there. Operations under the trim, quick trim. For example, we can get rid of this. We can get rid of that. We can get rid of this and that and that. Here, here, here. Okay, now notice that the way I did it, it was lousy job. So what I have to do is I can close the circle. First of all, let's get rid of all the garbage here. The way I did it was terrible. Okay, now I want to close this. So we're done with the quick trim. So this point, control control this point, and we can make it coincident. Okay, very good. I can actually, if I exit this, I can actually pad this, unless I messed up somewhere, but this can be padded, there's no problem. But I want to put some fillets there. So let's go back to this curve. For some reason, won't let me get in from there. So I'm going to put some fillets here. So where is a fillet? This is a fillet, right? Operation fillet. So for example, on this, I'm going to put a fillet like that, and another one on this side. And I'm going to cheat. Cheat meaning that I'm going to, I don't know, one way is to mirror this with respect to that plane. Let's try one side, I'm going to mirror, the other side, maybe doing it differently. So let's see now. So we're going to mirror this guy with respect to that line. Okay, it mirrored it, but there are these extra pieces, it doesn't get rid of it. So if I do it this way, I'm going to have to quick trim these extra thingies. Okay, now I want to show you a different way of doing this. So that's okay. I have fillets on this side. I think that's what I have here. Yeah, I have fillets on this side, but the fillets on that side, I'm going to do it a little bit differently. So actually, let me go go back to sketch, and let's remember what the radius was here. Let me, there's a reason that I want to know exactly what this thing is. So let me make it 0.5 so that I will remember this, or 0.6. Okay, 0.6. Remember, this fillet is 0.6. Exit. There's a reason that I'm doing it like that, because I want to show you some of the features. So you pad it. I don't know what the height is. This is fine, except that it goes vertically up. I wanted to go with a draft angle. So cancel that. In here, there is, here's drafted, drafted, filleted pad. Drafted filleted pad. Okay, so we click on it. So I select this. And the angle, 5 degrees, I put the 5 degrees here. Okay. And the neutral is asking you for the neutral, what is that? Uh, neutral element. Neutral element, when it pads and fill it and draft it, I have to know with respect to what plane. So let's make it XY plane. And let's see how it looks like. Preview. Yeah, that's the way I want it, right? I want it to go thinner on the top, fatter on the bottom. Now the only thing is that I didn't put a fillet here, so it put its own fillet. So this is not a good thing to do. So let me go back to my sketch or do some other things. You'll remember this. Uh, yeah. So let me put a fillet here. I was trying to show you something that is not critical at this point, so we just leave it the way it is. Either I can fillet it or mirror this one, and this, of course, is going to be 0.6, same as the one on the top. 0.6, and exit. Whoops, close. And the reason this happened is that I already had a drafted stuff. It didn't like it, so that's okay. So let's actually delete this, delete this, delete this. Delete it. Okay, good. And I'm also going to delete the edge fillet. So let's start from scratch. I know what my pad, delete the pad. Please, I'm trying to take you on a detour of what can be done. This problem does not require all the stuff that I did, you know, and then deleting it. I'm just trying to show you some of the features, options that you see here. So let me delete it, but no, don't delete the sketch for me. Do not delete the sketch. Do not delete the aggregated element. The sketch is going to be there, still going to be there. Notice that I put a fit here. These are both 0.6, so it's going to be nice, exactly same thing. So let's do it again. Where is that guy? Yeah, that drafted filleted pad. So let's do a 1 inch height, okay, and angle 5 degrees. And for the neutral, what is that? That's good. So where is the neutral thingy? For the neutral surface, I'm going to choose the XY plane. XY plane. Okay, here the second. Yeah, actually cancel that. Try it again. Choose it carefully. What does it ask? Height of 1. Okay. Angle 5 degrees. Okay. Uh, first limit. Second limit. Check this out. There we are. We're going to check it out. Yeah. It went like this, 5 degrees vertically, so that thin on the top, thicker at the bottom. You do it any way you want. Basically, this is the thing that I'm trying to do. The only thing is that I want to mirror this whole thing with respect to that plane. So mirror, with respect to XY. Object to mirror is going to be the entire thing in there. What was selected here? Let's see now. Mirror. That mirror? Yeah, mirror. Select the plane, XY plane, or this face. It doesn't matter because it is on the XY plane. Mirroring element is that. And then current solid. Yep, very good. Right there. Okay. So keep in mind, I took you on a detour because I wanted to show you some features, and there are other ways of doing it. For example, you could have done a pad and then, cut it at an angle, etc. But draft. Let, let me show you. The other option would have been, I'll let you work it out. Pad it and then draft it. This is the draft. I did the combination of drafted, filleted, pad. Okay, let me actually show you. I feel awkward here. So let me delete this. Let me delete this. Let me delete that. You still have our sketch. Oh, delete the pad two. Delete. Oh, pad two is okay. Let me delete this. Good. So let me pad it. You're gonna pad it. Regular pad. Regular pad. Okay, good. And then we can draft it. See, I did it all in one shot. Actually, I don't know how far I drafted it. 1 inch. That's good. Now you can draft it. When you draft it, it says what are the faces to be drafted. So there's this face, and it goes all the way around because there is probably a continuity box that is checked somewhere. Yep, that's fine. So neutral surface, is that XY surface? Okay, and then 5 degrees. Where's the 5 degrees? Oh, by the way, uh, the reason it went all the way through when I selected one face was that this was checked. The propagation, yeah, propagation was already checked. Now angle, where's the angle? Oh, 5 degrees, right here, 5 degrees, and then okay. Oh, the neutral plane is wrong. It should have been the other one. But if I go that route, instead of changing the neutral plane over there, what I can do is when I mirror it, we mirror it with respect to top face. So mirror, read the careful, at the bottom left corner, it says plane a face. This is the face. Okay, and then we're going to go like that. So it's exactly the same geometry. I did it for you with, what is that thing? I did it for you through this, drafted, filleted, pad, but you could have just padded it and then drafted, etc. All right, took longer than what I thought. I was not planning to do all this extra stuff here. So let me stop there.